I'm toxic.
Hey everyone, this is INDIENOXZINE. If you're tired of the same songs showing up in every playlist and every algorithm, you're in the right place. Today we're looking at some of the most underrated pop releases from May 2026. Songs and artists that deserve a lot more attention than they're getting right now. Let's get into it. Let's start with tala and his single Last Red Light. What makes this song stand out is that it's not really about heartbreak, it's about what comes after. The memories, the routines, and the feeling that someone is still there even when they're gone. The production is warm, bright, and easy to sink into, blending indie pop and bedroom pop influences. But underneath that warmth is a surprisingly emotional story. If you're a fan of artists like Harry Styles or Jason Mraz, you probably connect with this one. Honestly, this was one of the most quietly beautiful pop releases I heard this month. Next up is Phillip with Love Me Not. This song captures a feeling most of us know a little too well, the moment you start imagining a connection before it even exists. Instead of focusing on a relationship, Phillip explores the space between attraction and reality, where emotions grow from possibility rather than certainty. The production is subtle and restrained, allowing the mood to do most of the talking. If you're into atmospheric pop that feels both intimate and reflective, this is definitely worth your attention. And honestly, few songs this month captured the feeling of modern dating quite as accurately as this one. Next up is Aly Navarro with Embarrassing, and honestly, the title alone tells you a lot. The song explores that uncomfortable moment when you realize you've fallen harder for someone than they've fallen for you. Built around little more than an acoustic guitar and Aly's voice, there's nowhere to hide. Every lyric feels personal, direct, and almost painfully honest. If you're a fan of stripped-back singer-songwriters and emotionally raw storytelling, this track is definitely worth your time. Sometimes the quietest songs hits the hardest, and Embarrassing is a perfect example of that. Next up is Siena Fantini with Casual Kisser. What I really like about this song is how immediate it feels. It doesn't sound like someone reflecting on an experience months later. It sounds like someone trying to make sense of it while it's still happening. The track combines bright pop melodies with lyrics about emotional imbalance, creating a contrast that feels both catchy and surprisingly honest. If you're a fan of diary-style songwriting and artists who aren't afraid to be specific, Siena Fantini is definitely one to keep on your radar. This feels less like a song about a memory and more like a snapshot of a moment that's still unfolding. And finally, we have Wren with Skyline Heart. If you're looking for a pop song that feels uplifting, ambitious, and ready for a much bigger audience, this is it. Built around bright synths and an anthemic chorus, Skyline Heart is all about growth, reinvention, and stepping into a new chapter of your life. What's especially interesting is that Connor spent years working behind the scenes on major productions before stepping into the spotlight with his own music. You can hear that experience throughout the track. Everything feels polished, confident, and purposeful. If you're a fan of cinematic pop with big energy and even bigger aspirations, Wren is definitely an artist to watch. And for me, Skyline Heart closes out this list on a genuinely hopeful note. Those were some of the most underrated pop releases we discovered in May 2026. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which artist was your favorite and who should we be listening to next? Leave your recommendations in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to discover more independent artists before everyone else does, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow INDIENOXZINE for more music discoveries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.